YouTube. Megan here, again with another one of her toddler mom confessionals. So it's after Christmas, and my son got all these beautiful presents from Santa. I'm really happy because, my family really spoiled him, and I did my best to spoil him as well. The holidays are never easy when you're a single parent because you don't have that other family to kind of lean on when your times are a little bit rough or you're a little bit stuck or torn and you just want a moment to breathe. You don't have that other family to be like, here, can you take him for a little while to cover that gap? So, essentially I'm just doing it all on my own, and without school taking that 2 hour gap, it's still just me and my son. Because he's autistic, there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of kicking, there's a lot of fighting. If I look tired, it's because I am extremely tired. It's been so much in such a short amount of time. I try so hard to do even the potty training thing, and potty training with an ASD kid is not easy. I mean, he understands, like, number one. Number one on the potty, he can do. Number two, oh no, he won't even sit, even think. He's trying to figure out how to do it standing up, boys do number one standing up. Well, he's trying to figure out how to do number two standing up too. And it's not working out too well, obviously, because he's still using his diaper. And I'm worried that, he's not going to be ready in time for school. Everything with my son is a challenge. Everything with my kid is a journey. So it's a little bit scarier to think about, when he turns 21, when he turns 18, when he turns 16, when he turns 4, when he turns 4. I mean, everything coming so fast in a world that I don't think he's ready for, but I'm doing the best to prepare him. But am I even ready for it? I'm not even sure if I'm even ready for it. I'm a single parent, and a lot of it is me staying home and taking care of my kid. But before that, I didn't really work. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life either. There was a lot of things that I tried. There's a lot of things that I got interested in and then just kind of failed at. And then, when I got pregnant with my child, it was the one thing I knew I couldn't fail at. So I'm determined to do the best that I can and to do everything right by him. It's hard because I feel lonely, and what's really right by your kid, you don't really know, because you want to do right by them, but when they have different needs than a normal child, what is right by them? Like, they don't. My son has a thing with eating. It's not necessarily that he's picky, it's more or less that he doesn't eat a lot. So because he doesn't eat a lot, I'm always anxious that he doesn't have enough food intake. He's tiny for his age. He's behind. It's very clear. And it scares me because when I see it, I think, people look at him and say, see, skinny kid, mommy doesn't feed him. And that's not true. I feed him all the time. I put food in front of him all day. And whether he picks it up and eats it, that's a different story. And I generally put food in front of him that he likes. So it's always something good and good for him. That doesn't mean he eats it, though. So my son is tiny. He doesn't react like normal kids generally do. And, I'm worried for him. I'm just worried that he's not going to be ready for this crazy world when he does eventually get out there. Like preschool. Preschool is crazy to me because he's got to be potty trained. Potty training with an ASD kid is not easy. Potty training with a toddler in general is not easy, but doing it with a kid that is going to scream and kick and fight with you from the moment he even looks you in the eye in the morning to the moment he looks you in the eye before he goes to bed, that just makes it that much more of like, I don't want to do it. I'd rather just let him figure it out. But I can't do that because the only way he's going to figure it out is if I put him on the potty. So it's just a lot. There's a lot taking in, and with the after the holidays, I'm hoping I have somewhere to go for New Year's Eve, because it was really fun seeing my family. It was really fun giving my son the opportunity to play and be with his cousins and other kids. He had a really good time doing it, and I think if we spend this whole week shackled in my house, it's going to make it that much worse. Today, we went out to a soccer field, we went out to a playground, so he had a little bit of time, but there was still no other kids there. So I'm really hoping that somebody from my family invites me over for New Year's so we can all watch the ball together, and so that way I can have a little bit of a break from my kid. It's weird to think that a family party is considered a break, but it is, because I can walk away knowing he's being watched by whether it's one of his cousins or one of my brother or my sister. I know he's okay. And in my own home, it's the same thing, but it's more like, I know he's okay, but what kind of trouble is he getting into? Let me go see. So I can't just leave him alone like that in my own home. Man, it's been so crazy dealing with my diagnosis and then having a kid who is clearly has his own issues. It's been a lot because I'm still trying to figure out what's real and what's not. There are certain things in my life that I know are real, missed phone calls and text messages, emails, things like that, that I know are real. But then there are other things that I think about that happened recently in the past that I question whether or not are real. Like, I just recently came off of a really bad delusion, essentially. And because of it, I nearly lost my child. And that was another purpose to doing these diaries, is because, I don't want to feel lonely to the point where I start hallucinating again. And then I want to know that there is somebody else out there just like me, that has a kid just like me, that is struggling just like me. Just knowing you're not alone, it really does make all the difference in the world. Knowing that somebody else out there is just like you. I don't know where I'm going with today's diary. I think I just wanted to talk. So there we go. I just wanted to talk. And I look greasy, and I might re-record it, or I might not, because, this is what a toddler mom looks like. I'm tired, I'm greasy, I'm just trying my very best to keep everything together. One step at a time. One day at a time. Thank you.